The world has gone trucker crazy. I'm King Nico, and we are live from the Resistance headquarters. We are here in Canada, in Ontario. And like I said, if you haven't already noticed, the world has absolutely gone nuts for truckers and for resisting and for revolution. Today is January the 27th, 2022. And wow, I am still feeling it. I was up and out there. We welcomed our truckers into Ontario today, as they are now just a small few hours away from the capital city, where they will touch down and they will come down on Parliament Hill on Trudeau. So welcome everyone. Alina Hart, bless your sweetheart, Alina. You in love with the Resistance Army. Castro, whether he's in Ottawa or not, he's now announced that he's been diagnosed with the virus conveniently. And I'm hearing news that he's in Costa Rica. There's the Pomeranian resistance behind me. So I don't think it would be too easy for him to just run off to Costa Rica. If he did run off anywhere, it would most likely be Cuba, because he is a Castro. And he's probably gone home to the Castro residence, where his dad has a secret base there, and he's hiding because the truckers are coming. Clyde Elder, welcome. So Clyde Elder has a prayer, Matthew 24:31, or a verse, should I say, and he will send out his angels with a loud trumpet, and they will gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Ross McDowell is here, says hello to everyone. Lil, good day. Hello, my friends, they say. Andy is here, welcome, lovely. True Christian, the Globetrotter text is problematic given the fact that the globe doesn't exist and it is just a satanic fairy tale from hell meant to discredit the Bible and Christ. Thank you for that. And Jungle Queen, Miss Beautiful Stacy Kamea, Satan is also here. He's watching his system come crashing down, unless he has a secret he hasn't told us yet. So we're going to get into that. What's the outcome going to be? Who's heading to Ottawa? I know people that are heading there tonight. So people have been telling me, let's go tonight. I'm going to try and get some of those people on. People are heading there tomorrow, Saturday. So we're going to discuss. Resistance Elite says, Suku, what's up? Family from Vancouver. And Carlos is here. Thank you. So let's quickly bring up some stuff on the screen now, because the whole world is now watching. And where does the credit go to? The credit goes to us here in Canada and to our Canadian truckers. This is a fantastic moment. It is a world historical moment. Where do I have it? Okay, so I got a clip here. As you can see, I'm going to play it quickly. The whole world is on this. Thank you, Nina Rose. God bless you. Okay, why is this streaming now? Hopefully there's no difficulty. Let's play this. See if it's going to play. Probably not. So we'll keep on talking. Hey, Matthew, welcome. So I was out there in Mississauga today. I'm going to show you some footage. I got some drone footage. Yes, it is also my birthday. So what a birthday it's been. I've waited 2 years since all this absolute mayhem began. So thank you. God bless you, Tyler. And what a birthday it's been to finally see some action being taken, to see Canadians in the whole world jump on board and rise up to just say no and join in united non-compliance. So thank you for that. Kim is here. Thank you, Kim. Yes, True Christian, Russell Brand is controlled opposition. So all the controlled ops have been tweeting out messages, have been making posts and videos. We do have a post here from a certain Elon Musk. So Elon Musk tweeted out, Canadian truckers rule. So that was today by Elon Musk, 1:45 p.m. So again, absolutely phenomenal what has happened. We have a guest here from Houston, Texas. So I'm going to welcome them in. and we're gonna see how the world is responding to this and taking in this information. Welcome, Queen G. Good
Hey
day.
guys, how are you, King Nico?
Absolutely phenomenal. The revolution has officially begun. It can no longer be hidden. They have to televise it. I have so many news stories. It's all over the news for once, something different than the damn virus. Our government's scared. So, what have you heard? Tell us how Houston, Texas has responded to this, if there is any response.
Hey guys, so yeah, here in the city of Houston, Texas, everybody's excited because here in Houston we have a very big diversity. So there's a lot of people that are in love because all of us, what we really wanted, and I speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure that that's what everybody was waiting for. Everybody wanted to see, you know, that other people were also waking up, and that gives us a lot of hope. That allows us to wake up as well. It's contagious. Freedom is contagious, and sometimes
Wow,
when
it is.
people are trying to fight, but then they don't have the necessary strength. Sometimes, of course, you have the media attacking us day by day with ridiculous repetitions of minority, 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 and there's nothing happening. And we see that the media is not sharing, like you were saying. So when we see this, when we see that people are no longer staying quiet, when people are tired, when people are rising up, it's contagious. We're loving it over here in Houston, Texas. Everybody's talking about it. It's all over.
Like
It's
when
all
like
over the media and social media.
literally everyone. So I came home today. I dropped off some friends, and as I got out my car, I could hear some neighbors walking by, and all I heard them say was, "Yeah, every bridge. There was protesters on every bridge flying their flags," and
Well,
I was like, "Wow, this is no longer a secret. It's not hidden. Everyone knows." And it's very cold here. I know you're blessed with some warm weather in Houston, Texas over there. So, but to see
sort of.
Canada rise up in every city to take on children, the elderly were out with their walkers. It's unbelievable. No excuse. Canada came out today, and it was unbelievably proud. And like you said, freedom is contagious. The truth is contagious, and it was just the feeling, the vibe of being there. You don't feel, yeah, it was cold, but it was the vibe that got everyone out there, and absolutely amazing. And this is just the beginning, and all eyes are now on this event. So, what do
Yes,
you?
most definitely. And one of the things that touched me, because I was crying as I was looking at all of the posts, and I was looking at everybody that was talking about it, all the people that are sharing it on their media. I was literally in tears because it only lets you know the desperation in the people's hearts. Like, Canada has a food shortage like nowhere else, to be honest with you. And they had to come out. It takes an incredible amount
Yeah,
of courage to come out and protest and stop the traffic and do everything that they're doing. But literally, the most ridiculous part, what hurts me the most, and doesn't surprise me because we already know what kind of governments we have. We already know who is running the show. We know exactly what to expect. But what was hurting me is the fact that these governments, the elite, they're willing to let you die just to make a point.
yeah,
they're
the
they're
1%.
willing to let your children die without any food in the supermarkets. They're willing to let your children die of anxiety attacks inside the house, not letting people out, when that is completely unhuman. That is unhuman. We were not meant to be inside of a place. Psychologically speaking,
Yeah,
people are
and
being
alone
tortured.
too, and
Yes,
isolated
alone.
from other
That.
people as well.
Yeah,
So we've
most
had
definitely.
enough. Absolutely had enough,
Yeah. And
and
I'm
it's
so happy. I'm
fantastic.
so proud, of everything I see. And I'm so happy that you're out there, that you're speaking, and everything that you're doing. It has to take a lot of courage. It really does. And knowing that everybody struggles with different things, but knowing that on top of you going through some stuff, you still out there, you still talking, and this is what matters. This is what
Yeah.
counts.
And same
You're
with yourself.
sharing.
we have a lot in common. We share a lot of the same beliefs. You're also speaking up, and that's exactly what it's about: is speaking up when no one else is, right? So that's
Right,
being the
right.
voice, that's not staying silent. The silent majority has finally risen. So people, everyone is now speaking up. So it's absolutely amazing to see. And the governments, like you said, we've known for a while, but we're about to see, and the whole world's about to see, according to how they respond to this situation, that is not going to go away, because you've got almost 50,000 US truckers now have flooded into Canada today. We've got over 100,000 Canadian truckers, and it is growing. The GoFundMe is over $6.3 million the last time I checked. It's fantastic. So
It sure is.
something is going to happen for sure.
For sure. Yes, most definitely. And I feel like all over the world, we have the God given green light. You know, God has allowed the people to understand, and He's been opening the eyes of the people, because before, you know, the people could not see. But it is because God is opening people's eyes. Is God giving us the green light? He's actually, you know, opening doors for the people to come out and to express what they're going through, and taking back our power, because literally, the more we stay inside, the more power everybody else that's against anything that's human, you know, they feel like they have more power. But the minute that we start coming out, the minute that they don't intimidate us in our social media, the minute that you know, like I said, we come out to the streets, they understand that we mean business. And I feel, more than anything, I feel that God's hand is on the earth to fight back for its freedom, because we do
Yeah.
know these things have to happen. We know this is going to happen at some point of this history. We are going to see that the plans that they have are going to become true, but just not now. Not
You're
now.
right.
Now
Like
is
you
not
said,
the
it's
time.
all God, and it's been going in stages the last few years, and they keep God out of it somehow, but not myself, not yourself. And now it's like the truckers were, out of it for a while because they were still doing the job, making their deliveries. So everything was good. But once you started messing with them, they've had enough. So now everything's going to happen. And like you said, Canada has food shortages. I saw it on the news today, but the news is saying don't panic. There's not a shortage. There's enough food. But we know we can't trust them. When they tell you not to panic, that's when you panic pretty much, right? We've
Exactly.
seen it
Exactly.
over and over again.
Exactly. And we can see that, you know, this is very interesting, that I'm pretty sure you already seen it, the timeline that Dr. Mike Eaton, the ex-vice president of Pfizer, some time ago wrote and published for everybody. And, you know, I'm not sure exactly where, and thank goodness nobody really knows where he is at, because, you know, they want to kill this man, but he's hiding in, as far as I know, Central America. But the timeline that he left was specifically everything that he's putting for the months that we are in. Everything is going just as he wrote it down, and that was the plan of the elite. So the number one thing was the food shortage, and to do absolutely anything that the government could to stop the food, you know, production all over. And it's not only just Canada and United States. We have countries that are so small, and nothing is being televised, and they are suffering. They really are suffering. But like I said, this is a plan that was, you know, that's been made for a very long time. And one of the very first things in the fifth stage that Dr. Mike Eaton said was this: the collapse of the real economy. And by not allowing these truckers to drive around and move food around, they're literally collapsing our economy.
Yep. So do you feel like somehow they could maybe want this to happen and somehow use it to their benefit to gain more control and to label us like they have been? I'll bring up some clips actually. We've been unbelievable, the stories they're coming up with and trying to share. So hold on, I got someone trying to join us. Bandy, are you there? Bandy? So Bandy's if you can so Bandy's not there, sorry. So someone was just trying to jump in. I thought it was someone I was waiting on. So I just want to bring up something so everyone can see exactly what's been going on. So hopefully this one will play and not.
Real Canadians who supporting real Canadians. I immigrant. I came here 25 years ago. I don't like Canada, what's happening unofficial. But this is real Canada. This is real Canadians. I do love them. Look at this hero, truckers. Support. They fighting for us. For you, for me, for him, for everybody.
What are they fighting for?
For freedom. This is not a freedom.
What do you mean by freedom?
How it's possible that Trudeau and all this government mandate to do vaccine or something like this? Since when government forced to make a medical procedure? When? Since when? Do the doctor? Did she do this vaccine? I was recently, because my mom, 81 years old, she didn't speak any English. They won't let me to go to the hospital. They put me in a handcuff because
Unbelievable.
I was upset. Are you think it's a normal Canada? It's a freedom?
So this is the 401 and Keel on the in Toronto by Vaughan Mills. Wow. Fantastic. And this was every bridge across Ontario in the city. We had multiple bridges in Mississauga. I had no idea, but everyone came out. So I wanted to bring up something quickly with Trudeau, where he's where is this guy? Truck protest, convoy. So yeah, we gotta
Hundreds of truckers continue to roll east, and with more joining the movement with each passing city, feelings towards vaccine mandates have heightened.
And I advocate civil war. If people don't want to stand up, we've got guns, we'll stand up and we'll bring them out.
While this sentiment is shared by a fraction of protesters, it's visible in their social media discussions, with some calling for Canada's version of the January 6th.
they're already trying to label us far
this
right.
national security expert says it's unlikely the so-called Freedom Convoy is as organized as what happened in the U.S. Capitol, but
the rhetoric that we're seeing, hanging politicians, driving trucks through 16-foot walls, this kind of stuff is disturbing. And
wow. So I'm just going to stop that because they're absolutely crazy. So as you can see, that's mainstream media. It hurts my head just seeing the so-called professionals and scientists. So that news story was just hardcore attacking the trucker convoy, talking about putting trucks through walls, far right. They got some guy talking about guns. So yeah, so very...
they're scared. They're scared.
Yeah.
Of course, they're gonna say this kind of stuff. And you know what? At the end of the day, we have to keep pushing no matter what they say, because they can no longer control us, and no longer can they control the people. They're gonna control the minority. This time, it's going to be the minority. They said we were the minority, and we are the majority. So what they're gonna try to do is manipulate how the situation looks, because they know they look bad. But at this point in history, people are awake. People know exactly what's going on. People know what's going on, and people are going to fight back. And I'm just so proud. I'm just like, I'm right now, you know, my eyes were getting watery again. And I'm just so proud, because this is enough. We've lost enough people this 2 years. I can personally tell you that I've lost family members, family members that I'm never again going to be able to see here on earth. And it's just, it's the injustice on this human race. I'm so sorry. You know, everything that's happening right now is just so unfair, but people are waking up. Everybody's waking up, and you know what? The prayers are being heard. God is with us. You know, there's this Bible verse that I share a lot with people, and I tell them it's on Jeremiah 1:19, and it says, "And they will fight against you, but they will not prevail. For I am with you, says the Lord, to defend you, to rescue you." You know, and those words should always be in our hearts. We have to fight back. This is not the time to, you know, to sit there and cry.
And
it's time to fight.
I know have verses like that for myself, and a lot of the verses are, God always says, "For He is with us. Do not fear, do not worry, for I am with you." So it has to be true. I've lived that my whole life, and I've been here. I've been safe. I've you know. So exactly. Thank you, Bamzal says, preach it. Christine says, I feel for you. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for just spending the day with me and Christian. So it was lovely. It's been amazing. Hello, Priya. Thank you so much. So I'm going to quickly bring up the screen again because this is what I wanted to show you all, so you can get a full view of what's going on over here, what the media is saying, what our Prime Minister.
On a mission, truckers passed through Thunder Bay today with sights set on Ottawa. Supporters greeting them along the way again.
Blanket mandates go against our human rights.
For the first time, the Prime Minister weighed in directly on the convoy, saying 90% of truckers are vaccinated. As for the protesters,
small fringe minority of people who are on their way to Ottawa, who are holding unacceptable views that they're expressing, do not represent the views of Canadians who have been there for each other.
Okay, that was the chief in command over here in Canada, and he is a ridiculous little weasel, small fringe minority. And like you said, we are not the minority. We are the majority, and the majority is on their way. The Canadian majority and the American majority, right? Like that. This is it. So this is what we're dealing with. They're covering it up. They tried to say 12 trucks to begin with, then 20, then 100, and now it's a small fringe minority. Yeah. So pay attention. Stay tuned. It's going to be going down. People are arriving there every hour now. So absolutely amazing. The whole world. What do you think about even Elon Musk putting that tweet out today saying Canadian truckers rule? So that's fantastic. We've got Russell Brand hailing Canadian truckers from England. So this is absolutely worldwide. We already know that the Australians have jumped on board and started their own convoy too. So this is the time, right? So there's no going back. There's no doing this again in the summer or next year. This is it right now, right? This is it. We finally get our questions answered and get our demands, organized, or we find out what the next step is. So this is definitely the turning point of a 2-year long just clown show.
Yeah. Well, my opinion about Elon, everything that he's doing, it seems like what he's doing, see, you can't forget that he has a plan of himself that he's planning on executing later on. So I feel like he's very much playing safe on both sides, because at the end of the day, there's a plan that he wants to execute that has nothing to do maybe with exactly the jabs, but other stuff that he's really trying to implement in the human race. So, how can I say, he knows that we are the majority. A lot of people, believe it or not, is going to jump on our fence. They're going to cross our fence very soon. You're going to start seeing people now all of a sudden jumping to our side because they know that we are powerful. They know that we are not going to shut up. They know they cannot intimidate us. See,
right.
They probably miscalculated this time, because I know they tried every, I don't know how many years they try to do around the same kind of thing. But this time that they thought they were going to be able to execute their plan, they met their match. We are no longer going to be silent. We're going to rise up. And there's some of us that have been woke since the beginning. There's some that woke up in the middle, and there's some that are barely waking up. But glory to God for whatever state you woke up in. The good thing is that now you're woke, and that you are going to fight not only for you, for your children, but for the future generations. And yes, like I said, I believe that this plan one day will be executed most definitely, because the Bible talks about this. But it's just not now. We cannot allow this to happen, because we are still here on earth, and because our children are still here, and we have, how can I put it? We have a God-given assignment to fight for our freedom, because see, it cost God's son's life to give us freedom. We cannot allow a man to put us back into imprisonment, into slavery again, until the time, when we are not here, that is going to happen. But meanwhile, we are here. We have a God-given green light and his angels, and he will protect us, and he's going to make a way where there's no way. He's going to make a way, because he's not going to allow this genocide. And even though all of these things are prophesied in the book of Revelations, still we see that God is going to be with us. God is going to protect us. We might not have the army like the country might have the army to try to use it against the majority of people, but we have a bigger army. We have a bigger power with us, and that is God. And he is going to show any tyrants that come against the human life, that come
Wow.
against his precious creation, that he is God and he is not going to leave us alone. That was his promise, and the world that's coming against us will see that.
You're
Most
absolutely amazing. So I'm going to make sure we share all your socials so everyone can follow you more, because when I hear you say it, it's unbelievable, right? And quickly, Karen Michelle makes a great point regarding the Elon Musk and Russell Brand, because a lot of people think that they are on our side, but Karen says they're just jumping on our side, but with their own agenda, and behind the scenes, beware, right? So thank you for that, Karen. And just like true Christian, I'm not supporting of Elon Musk and Russell Brand. I already know what they represent, right? But the fact that they're pretending to show support, I'm just asking, like, what does that mean to everyone who knows that they're frauds and not to be trusted? Just like Karen, just like Queen G right here, and yourself, true Christian. So Elon Musk is a space faker, just like NASA. So thank you for that. Someone says Russell's a 33rd degree Freemason light bearer. So this community is very woke. You all are on my butt on this and making sure I'm not spreading disinfo and supporting devils. So there we go. Since the beginning, woke, just says Starlight. So yeah, branded, Russell Branded. Thank you for that. That's a good one. So Michelina says, I was woke, lost all my friends. See, that's exactly it. All of us people that have woken up to truth, have been born again, or come closer to God, or more pull away from society and its sodomite ways. Everyone chooses to not be your friend and alienates you, and then you pretty much get exiled from your friends, your family, your co-workers, your community, and you start tiptoeing around people because you know you can't really say what you mean because you know the whole world disagrees. So but we've all finally got each other, and that's what we mean with the community, or the crusaders of the resistance and God's army, right? It's all one umbrella now of truth. So Lillian said, fight for freedom.
Most definitely. And your voice is being heard. You like I said, you are courageous, and not a lot of people are using their platforms to do what what I guess that some of us are trying to do. But most definitely, I feel so proud, of everything that you've been doing, and how you are, so quick to how can I put it? Like God has given you a lot of intelligence to put things together, to have, to do your podcast.
And a big part of it is, like you said, is already being used to being alienated and exiled from all social groups and communities, right? Pretty much exiled myself from society years ago. So I really got nothing to lose. I don't have to tiptoe on eggshells around anyone, just like yourself. Like, even speaking of God and the Bible gets you put in like some corner somewhere, right? And you're out there every day speaking on it, no fear. And that's what it's about. Same with me. When I see something, I'm going to say it, and there's no one else that's going to make me feel, oh no, I shouldn't post this or speak my mind. Even though a lot of people out there way too afraid to speak of God, to speak of the Bible, or make the connection, because they know that once you speak of God or speak of some serious truth, right, then it's like you already know you're putting yourself further out of certain social groups and communities, and further away from the society. And a lot of people still want to be a part of it, so they choose to use ways to fight with truth that is still with society when it comes to like the political war, right? And you know me, I don't talk politics or left, right, or liberal this or Republican that. It's just straight. If you're born again and you believe in Jesus, that's the only way, right? So unbelievable. So this trucker thing now, a lot of people have raised some concerns. Yes, there's lots of excitement. Everyone's rushing to Ottawa to join in, and that's great. You got to go with positive vibes and a positive mindset. Everyone wants to be a part of this historic moment, not just a Canadian heritage moment, but a worldwide historic moment. And it's unbelievable. I still can't believe Canada is now representing this whole trucker freedom convoy. I seriously thought America would be the ones, and I was just about done with pushing for Canada, and then this happened. So absolutely shocking, the biggest surprise of my life. And it's just, when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So whether this is somehow got some kind of agenda behind it, always God is with us. So the devil will never have full reign over anything in this world. So no matter
Right.
how things appear to be.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, and I feel like when we have people that are responsible, way up there, should I say, people with platforms, pastors with platforms, people that are supposed to be spreading the gospel, people that are responsible in a certain way to teach the people about what's going on, and they don't. God is going to use anybody that's willing to obey, because that is the mistake that the church has been making for many years. We believe that church is church, the government is the government, politics is the politics, science is science. And no, the church should be everywhere. That's the reason that we're always at war with everything, because the church lacks the mentality that we as the children of God should be involved in politics, should be involved in science, should be involved in education. That's why the world are teaching our children. That's why the world are changing the way our children and our society and our youth thinks. Because where is the church? Again, some of these things that are happening in the world, the devil intended them for bad, but God is turning them for good, because he's waking up the church, and he's allowing the church and everybody else. And when I say the church, I'm not trying to exclude anybody, but I'm speaking to everybody that wants to understand, that has an ear to hear the voice of God saying it's time for a change. And when they don't want to talk, when they they fall under fear, the ones that people never imagined that we're going to be the ones out there speaking, spreading the truth, the ones that the people always want to outcast, the ones that people are always talking about, the black sheep, the ones that nobody really accepts, those are the ones that rise up. And we rise up right now, and we are speaking about this when we have people way up there with huge platforms, with huge churches, and none of them are speaking because they are afraid to hurt people's feelings. This is not about hurting people's feelings. This is about defending humanity. And
That's what
anybody
you've
that
noticed. The church has cowered to the government when they're supposed to be the house of God, right? So they've shown their hand fully. And I don't know how anyone can ever trust the church now, especially how untrusting it was to begin with before all of this happened. But that is a slam dunk, definitely the devil's temple, right? It has nothing to do with the house of God. We are the house of God, right? Not that place, right? Where people go and think they're getting closer to God when they're not. It's actually taken them away.
for sure, yeah, most definitely. And the truckers that are going over there, they're a sign to all the world that the world woke up. It was okay for, I guess, for a while. People were asleep, but now everybody that's seeing all the trucks, they're so big, they're so huge, and everybody that's going to protest about all of these crazy mandates, are feeling strength. It's like they're getting a strength boosted inside of them to come out, to speak, to fight. And that's a beautiful thing, because a lot of people, that's all they needed. They needed just a little bit of a push, to say, hey, you're not alone, you're not going crazy. You're not the only person that's going through this. There's thousands, there's millions of people that are already awake. And I feel like the media, the government, and everybody else that's on the other side of the fence where the sheep are at are afraid, and they're gonna make us look bad in order for them to say, to manipulate the little minority, the little what did they call us? What did that guy from Canada called us?
Small fringe minority. Yeah.
That's what's on their side. That's what's on their side.
And then he says, we don't represent Canadian views and values and stuff like that. So that was what he said. Like I showed you with another news article, was pretty much saying far right extremists, terrorists. They're comparing it to what happened at Capitol Hill last year. So they're already generating that image like, oh, this is going to be trouble, right? That this
Yeah.
is going to be something to do with drama
Sure.
and, so.
For sure. Well, they knew that people was gonna wake up. Like I said in the timeline that Dr. Yinon wrote down, it said that they were gonna make a war between the vax and the unvax, and they were gonna put them to fight against each other. So they're making us look bad, so people can start fighting with each other, which we can't be fighting with nobody. My war is not against you. Your war is not against me. It's not against my neighbor, my brother. If they already got vaccinated, that's their issue. But we're still going to stand for what we believe, just like they stood up for what they believe. So everybody has to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, our war is not between us, but most definitely in the agenda, in the fifth stage, that was one of the very first things that it was in the agenda, which was the food shortage, the collapse of the real economy. And by not allowing, food going back and forth with these trucks, and not only in these trucks, but they're closing down factories of the people that don't want to get vaccinated. They are willing to let people die. They are willing to crash our economy. They are willing to go above and beyond to make a point. This is not about our health. It is understood, because you can get vaccinated and you'll get it. You can
like
get vaccinated.
you made a great point. Sorry. You said that they're willing to do whatever it takes to sorry, what was the sentence? You said to
make a point.
To make a point. Exactly. So regarding this trucker convoy now, so they're just entering probably Ottawa in the next couple of hours. And how do you think that our government, Trudeau, Castro, whatever you want to call him, is going to respond? Obviously, the way they've already announced it, that they don't support it. They're not backing down. So is there a way that they're going to be able to use this to their benefit to make a point, like you said? So that's what we have to think of now. Yes, now we're going to finally get 1 million people in our capital city with hundreds of thousands of trucks and truckers. I think that's us making our point, but what's the point that could be made against that with the government, right? So that's going to be what we have to stay tuned and look for. But we all pray that, they're going to cower and be like, okay, we'll remove everything. That's being hopeful, and that's what we want. But we also got to prepare that somehow they might try to make a point, right? And
they might try to make a point, but at this point in history, like I said, there's just so many people that are going to be there. They're going to understand that we are no longer going to comply, with their demands, with their delusional demands. We are not going to comply. And it's 1 million people. Can you imagine 1 million people? Even if they were to have the army or people go over there, they wouldn't have 1 million people over there, for a fact, because greater is he that's with us than the one that's in the world. And I'm pretty sure that something is going to happen, and very soon they are going to have to accept the fact that people woke up. And more than anything, I feel like this whole virus thing is not going to work anymore. So they're going to pick another strategy. I feel like this is the ending point where people are going to make their point now. Now we are going to make our point with them. So they're going to probably say, hey, you know what? Okay, something. They have something on, up their sleeve. They really do. We don't know what it is. We are praying, especially for the protection of everybody that's out there. But there's no going back now. No matter what, something is going to happen. We don't know yet, but we pray that our people are safe. But they are going to have to stand down. Most definitely, they are going to have to stand down. A couple of lines. They're going to really have to bring it down, because people are not going to comply, and they know the power is in the unity. It's so much unity. It's almost they can't penetrate it now. It's so tight. There's no way. We're pushing too hard, and we're so tight. They're gonna have to go down a little bit. They really are. And later on, we don't know what they're gonna do, but for a fact, I feel like this is where the game changes. This is a game changer right now.
Oh, like you said, you don't know what they're going to do, and this is where the game changes. So straight from what you just said, speaking of game and what they might not do, this is a game called the Illuminati card game. It is from 1995, created by Steve Jackson. And I brought this card up on a show the other day, and here is the trucker card. So this card game has been known to have the World Trade Center card. It's got the Trump card. It's got all kinds of quarantine cards, riot cards. And somehow I found this trucker card. And as you can see, it says truckers
Wow.
local 101 on strike, long haul strike. As you see that in the bottom corner, it says long haul strike. So maybe they do have something planned, because that wouldn't exist otherwise. So like these spiritual, like tarot cards, or this spell Illuminati card game has been around from before all of these things happen. It's like, wow. So for that to even exist means like, yeah. So could they have this
plan? They
like
must
you
have
said,
a plan, but I'm gonna say what I'm probably thinking, that, you know, real quick, I want to push this in. The fact that the project that they were working on, the scientific experiment they were working on, was called Dark Winter, and it was in Pennsylvania. Dark Winter, that's the name of the scientific project they were working on, a new virus or something like that, the monkeypox or whatever. It was something that it was a project that they were working on, and the Biden administration and the Bill Gates Foundation paid for this. So didn't the White House just spoke and said that we was gonna have a dark winter? That's exactly what they said. So I feel like, you know, even if they do stand down, they have something planned under their sleeve. It could be the blackout, it could be a new virus, but you know what? It doesn't matter what might come our way. The way that we have to face life is with courage. At this point of time, we don't have another way. See, it's either forward or that's it. Like, we don't have another way to go. I feel like life is pushing us, and especially our generation. I feel like every generation has had their own fights. I think that this is ours. This generation is facing this, and we are going to be successful, and we are powerful enough to get through this. I believe in my heart, and God is on our side. And I feel like we are going to have some positive changes for sure. For sure. When it comes down to the whole COVID scamdemic, you know, I feel like we are going to have good news. But make no mistake, we know, I'm pretty sure you believe the same thing. We know that they have a plan under their sleeve, and they are going to try to execute.
They're the government, right? They wouldn't be the government if they didn't have a plan. And they'd be a silly government if they had access to infinite funds and not have a plan or a couple of plans, right? So Samuel Adams here says that you've done your research, and yes, she's amazing. Proverbs 31 woman says, I love this woman too. So yeah, you're getting a lot of fans here tonight. You are amazing. That's why you're on here tonight. You're absolutely phenomenal. So I know you got a couple of things. I'm going to share your main ones. It's Queen G85. So I'm just going to post that for everyone to see, so they could quickly follow you, because you're spitting nothing but facts, and that's what we love here. This is what our resistance is facts, the truth, not just jumping on bandwagons and following whatever train without critically thinking about plans and stuff, right? So sorry, let me move this. I put the wrong thing. Add banner. Sorry, yeah. Queen G. Queen G85. So the card said strike long haul. So once they get to Ottawa, we already know basically Trudeau's not really around, whether he's in Costa Rica, whether he's in Cuba, or at home somewhere. How long do you think this could possibly go on for? The truckers have enough money, I've heard, with 6 million to last them. A lot of them already have supplies to last them 8 to 9 weeks, right? But does everyone else have that amount of supplies? So what do you see being the best case scenario or the worst case scenario coming out of this, or any kind of scenario, right? Because it's about to go down. And like I said, it could be a long haul. I don't expect it to be something quick and same day results, right? So
right. Yeah, some of it they can only talk with predictions. They don't know for a fact, because they, you know, That's what the devil does. He likes predicting things, but yet he doesn't have complete accuracy of things. So that's what they probably wrote in the card, but little do they know, like I said, we have God on our side. And even if this was to take some time, I feel like the real question to ask ourselves is, how long are they prepared for? Because I don't think it's for a long time. So I think that with us being so, like I said, so tight, with us being so firm in our belief that we have to push back now, they are gonna see that they have to stand down. They're gonna see that they have to stand down, because I know the truckers are ready. I know there's a lot of people that's ready, and they're gonna they're gonna use any resource that they can for us now to make a point. So, and I wouldn't be so worried about how long could we stand against them, but I feel like it's more like, how long can they stand against us? It's 1 million people that
Unbelievable. Yeah, no, the way you're putting it is absolute. I couldn't have said it better myself. And everyone here is saying you're speaking straight back. So, sorry, I just want to make sure you introduce yourself again. I'm going to share your channel. So just quickly introduce them. Tell them where you're from. You're in the USA, but which state? Sorry.
Yes, guys. So I'm in Houston, Texas. I live here in Houston, Texas. And lately what I've been doing is, speaking at churches. That's what I mainly do. I speak at churches where they allow me, and I take my facts. I speak with facts. I don't just like to talk for talking. Years ago, 2 years ago, I had my CDC training in Oklahoma, in McAlester, Oklahoma, a military city, where you go to you go shopping for your groceries to Walmart, and the place shakes. It's like 24/7. The place is shaking because it's a military city, and they're testing bombs 24/7. So that's where I had my training as an infection preventionist, and they were going to send me to nursing homes because they said that those were going to be the very first people affected. They had, like, see, it's just so much. But I'm glad you guys are here, and I pray that this kind of podcasts inspire you to have faith, inspire you to have courage. You have people that are literally like King Nico. You have people that are willing to give it all for you to have this information, for you to get this courage, for this word to come out, that we are not alone, that we are not crazy. And I truly do admire your work, King Nico. I have a lot of respect, and
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I feel like everybody should be, at this point, we need to be praying, not only just for us, that we keep on sharing out there in the streets or in the churches, but for everybody that's using their platforms like you, all over the place, to help people wake up.
Yeah, and this platform has just been growing the last couple months. We've been fighting through shadow ban for years over here, but that's what happens when you speak the truth years in advance. You get shadow banned years in advance. So, but we've been fighting through it. Thankfully, we got some amazing crusaders here that I found and has found me from every possible nation on this earth. It's been beautiful. So we continue to grow, and we'll continue to speak the truth more and more, right? So, and find more wonderful people like you and share you with the rest of the world. So now everyone is just like, yeah, this is definitely the side of history that we want to be on. We want to be Crusaders of the Resistance. We got the world record breaking truck crusades, the convoy heading towards the capital. So all eyes are currently on that. Everyone in the world cannot stop talking about it. We're here to give all possible angles and biblical views on what's to come, right? And Chanel Brown says, "Go truckers!" Yes. So yeah, go ahead, take the floor. You just everyone's loving you tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you guys, thank you. And just I want to share this. I know you guys have to talk about so much, and I'm pretty sure you probably have other guests, but I want to remind y'all that maybe this surprises us. What's happening in our society might surprise us, but it doesn't surprise God. This whole virus, everything that the world is doing, everything that the governments, that the elite are trying to do, doesn't surprise God. And God allowed us to understand that in his word, he says that he will never leave us, he will never forsake us, and greater is he that's in us than the one that's in the world. And we always have to fight for freedom. because our freedom didn't only cost the lives of so many heroes here on earth, but it cost the life of the Son of God. And we have to take our freedom very serious. We cannot allow the devil to take the freedom that cost the Son of God his life. You know, and even though we know the Lord picked him up, rose him up at the third day, we know that, but we know that he had to do such a great sacrifice for our freedom. And in our freedom, we have to stand.
Unbelievable. Yes. And that's exactly how I feel. I feel like the greatest thing that anyone ever done for me was, apart from being brought into this world, was Jesus Christ dying for our sins, you know? So he actually did that. And the more you perceive the reality of that, just put yourself dying for not just your own children or your loved one, but for a whole generation, a future generation and past generation of humanity that you're going to sacrifice yourself for. So it is absolutely the most incredible feat of this world, which is why it is constantly under attack and mocked
That's right.
and ridiculed. And people tend to not take it seriously because that's exactly what the father of lies wants, the devil, right? Is for you to somehow know that it's there, but just mock it out, mock whatever it is to do with it, and have people just turn away from it because of the jokes and the comedy and the Simpsons and Family Guy and whatever it is that's Hollywood constantly attacking. It's nonstop, right? So once people realize that and step away and stop being, you know, hypnotized by the attacks, then they can free themselves and finally come home to where they really belong, right? And our time's running out.
Yeah, correct. And we have to share the word. Remember that the word of God says that it never returns void. Even if people try to make fun of it, even if people reject it at the moment, the seed has already been planted. It is his promise. It says that his word will never return void. So when we speak the word of God and when we speak words of courage, whether the people accept it at that moment or they don't accept it at all, so they think, the seed of the word of God was already implanted in them and it will never return void. They will at some point of their life remember that word they heard on King Nico's show or King Nico's podcast.
Thank you. That's a good question. Michelina says, can government be removed? First of all, isn't government supposed to be built and founded with the whole structure of God being the number one part? But haven't they recently removed God from all government and all text? So what do you know about that?
Yeah, well, I know for a fact that there's ways that we can overthrow the government. That would take, believe me, people have tried to do that. Go ahead.
Peacefully?
Yeah, no, it's impossible. That was where I was.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I was gonna say
that would be a pretty big thing to do. I feel like governments really, how can I say, they have an upper hand in a lot of things that we would need in order for us to overthrow them. But we have God that is not going to allow them to do exactly everything that they want to do, because he's also protecting us. And even though we wish we didn't have the government, since the beginning of time, when God wanted to be the God, the people wanted a king. Since the beginning of time, when God was supposed to run the show, God was supposed to be our king, God was supposed to be our leader, the world wanted a human leader. And this is why we are in the situation that we are now, because of our human stupidity. It just, now we have to pay the consequences. But I feel like God is with us and he is going to do something for us. For sure.
Yes, definitely. God is with us, but who's us? I know God has been with me because I've always chosen God to be with me because I've always needed him. But does everyone else have that same want and need of God, or knowing that he is with us, whether they choose it or not? So that's what I'm figuring out. I've always known, or never knew. I always thought everyone chose God with them. But as we get older and see the world the way it is, it's like, wow, God really wasn't a part of anyone's lives because they chose to not have God in their lives, right? So unbelievable. So this trucker convoy. So let me bring up some more footage quickly. We'll have it up here. Some more sights and views, more vibes of what happened today. We got some views from. Sorry, what's that sound? I hope that's not me there.
I'm sorry. I can't hear nothing anymore.
Yeah, so the sound just got kind of messed up. So I'm gonna. Hello? So can everyone still hear me? So I'm just gonna try this. Sorry, I just muted you for a second, Quee, because I think there was some fuzz coming. So I'm just gonna play this video quickly. Absolutely beautiful sight. So yeah, we just heard. Okay, so always does this when I'm doing the show. It wants to act all weird and stuff. So we're just going to go to the history. Should have the video pulled up. All right, let's see if this one's going to play first. Sorry. So let me know if you can still hear me. Just some.
The one thing I'm telling other managers right now is to try Monday night.
So we don't want to hear the commercials. So yeah, does she have a channel? So yeah, lots of difficulties. This video doesn't want to play, or am I playing it?
I got trucking on my mind. There's a great big convoy trucking across Canada. Truckers who were previously regarded as heroes when they were delivering vital goods and working during the lockdown are now villains as they protest vaccine mandates. So why is no one in the mainstream media talking about it? Hello there, you 4 point.
So yeah, that's Russell Brand. Don't really need to see and hear what he's talking about because we already know he's full of crap, right? So yeah, looks like we lost Queen G for a second. So yeah, I shared her Instagram. She might be back. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, so let's quickly get back to some more sites before Queen G comes back, and then we're gonna I want to pull up this video from Toronto Walk and Drive. Had a good clip. Sorry. So let's get this one to play. Absolutely amazing stuff. So absolutely fantastic what we've seen and experienced today. It's absolutely beautiful. So hopefully we'll play this. No issues. Yeah, opportunist is a good way to put it. Thank you, Virtual Asylum. So this is people coming together. Look at the food. Look at the water. Probably blankets, all kinds of tissues and snacks, paper towels. Have you ever seen anything like this when it comes to people coming together to unite? Again, this is courtesy of Toronto Walk and Drive on YouTube. Yeah, God bless them, Michelle. Had to have been at least 1,000 or more people there early in the cold, frigid weather. True North, strong and free. We are coming together, and this revolution is going to be televised. They're going to try and hide it, but they cannot hide this trucker convoy. All eyes are now on Ottawa. So I got people going there tonight. I'm trying to head there Saturday. I want to know realistically, is it going to be a smooth ride all the way there Saturday? And is it going to be easy to get out and come back the same day, right? So that's my dilemma, because I'm not trying to stay there. I need to come back home, but it's like, this is going to be wild. Absolutely phenomenal. History is well in the making here. Alina Hart says, we are so powerful when we come together with Jesus as our leader. It has to have Jesus as our leader, right? Otherwise, everything will crumble. So please. They're playing it on the news here a lot. It's all over the news. Every news station, it's constant. This is massive. They're from Colorado, USA. Just looked at the Hill cam at Parliament. Looks pretty busy in that building right now. Wonder what they're up to. So thank you, Mark John. Welcome. Canada has finally, the sleeping giant has awoken. Yeah, thank you, Michelle. Being well, safe here, praying for all. Yep, reborn, that is becoming a new person, that is becoming a child of God, that is being obedient all in his ways. Tommy Rogers, I got several videos from Highway 401 in Kiel from today, bro. There was a huge turnout. All right, so we're going to go check out Tommy. So Tommy's got some stuff here. All right, let me exit that. So we're going to go to Tommy's channel. Hopefully everyone here could see what I'm doing, and we're going to check out some great footage from right here. Tommy, how many channels you got? Make sure we're all subscribed. So this is your current channel, says number 2. So yeah, Tommy Rogers, thank you for being out there on those ends. Wow, look at this. So this is great footage from Tommy. As you can see, the police are also there. Wow. I hope you can all feel what is happening here from the front lines. Yeah, they poked the wrong bear. So grateful for the truckers on so many levels. God bless them all, says Casey Burke Borrows. Thank you for that. Yeah, powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Look at this. So Tommy Rogers says the cops kept chasing him off of the highway. So the news said that so Tommy's group here that was at the highway 401 in Kiel, that they had to shut off the ramp because the people got onto the highway and onto the ramp to support the truckers. Yes, Virtual Silent. The fringe minority at just one bridge. Wow. So as you can see, the whole bridge is packed full of people, just like the Mississauga bridges. They got the hill just alongside the highway. So they're now just on the shoulder of the highway. These brave people are out here. Tommy Rogers is there with his camera. And I hope you can just feel the strength and the power from just watching this. They got those two miserable cops just standing there, but look at the people. Look at the flags. Look at proud Tommy right there. We've come a long way, Tommy. We've worked really hard to get to this point. And yeah, this is a big one. So again, thank you for that. I was also out there in Mississauga. I'm going to show some clips from the Mississauga. It's a bridge there. Absolutely fantastic. People set off fireworks. Beautiful. Absolutely, absolutely amazing moment. Never seen anything like it. So yeah, the bridge was fantastic. Kids were out with beautiful moments. So I'm not going to play that because for some reason it's acting up. So yeah, talk to me. We're talking trucker convoy. The whole world has gone trucker crazy. I got to fly my drone through the bridge today. Maybe I could bring that up and show you because the internet's acting up. So I'll just pull that down and open up some drone footage because who doesn't love drone footage, right? So we got some drone footage. I'm going to bring up a couple of clips today so you can get a nice, sweet view of one of our bridges that we were at today. So fantastic stuff. Amazing clips. Make sure I got the good ones, the good stuff. Absolutely amazing. When I say that, just the emotions, the people, how everyone was just the faces. I've never seen so many people without masks. It's been such a long time. So absolutely incredible. Okay, I'm going to play this one for you all. Add this to the screen. Absolutely amazing. So who knows what the next couple of days are going to bring, how the next 48 hours are going to go. We're going to be paying attention to everything. So again, when we all come together, we are strong. Repent. Michelle says, love drone footage. Nico, well done. So I'm going to show you some clips right now. So to give you another perspective of what's happened. So let's play this. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, there's no sound from the drone footage. I haven't edited anything yet, added any music or made a nice compilation. I just know everyone's dying to see some clips, to see how Canada's risen up. Look at the signs. This is real. Thank you, truckers. Look at the flags. I've never seen so many Canadian flags in Mississauga, at least, and at the QEW. Look at the young children there. I zoom in. They're waving at the drone. They're saying thank you. This is absolutely beautiful moments here. Never before seen for such a situation as what we have now. Usually people come together for sports events. The last time people came together was when our Toronto Raptors won the NBA championship. And we had 2 million people marching in Toronto, and they even still messed that up with ridiculous behavior and shootings. So yeah, very amazing. I'll pull this one down, some more clips to show. Incredible day here in Mississauga. Absolutely fantastic, mind-blowing. And like I said, I was there. Just the feeling, just the seeing the people come together. There's nothing like it. You don't get that effect from TV. You really do have to go there and feel it. And this is something magical when people come together for something like this. So you're going to see another good angle here of the full length of the bridge. Wow. So hopefully if you were there today, you'll be able to spot yourself and pick yourself out from this crowd. Wow, just endless. A good couple hundred people there. Just one bridge in Mississauga. There was another couple hundred people at the other bridge on the other highway, parallel to this one. hundreds, if not thousands up there in Vaughan Mills. So yeah, the people have come together. It's finally happened. I got a nice cool shot here. Is this the shot? No, that's not the shot. I took a really cool shot right here. So I just want to share one more shot and we can get to some more questions, some more discussion. If anyone's got anything they'd like to share, I'd like to invite you on to tell me if you were at one of these bridges today and got to see the trucker convoy come through. So I was practicing with some nice shots here. This is why I love the drone. You get to do stuff like that. Fly under bridges into oncoming traffic. There's the trucks coming in. So there's a nice shot I got there. So yeah, again, I want to thank everyone. Today is my birthday. It's been wild. It's been a birthday like no other, being able to be a part of history in the making. It's been fantastic. I want to thank everyone. I haven't had time to go through the messages on Facebook, but there are hundreds. I've never had such response and such praises and love shared for me on my birthday. So I know the trucker thing is the world's gone trucker crazy, but for all you that still took the time out to wish me a happy birthday, God bless you. I didn't expect any of this. I never do expect anything. I don't ask for anything, but it really gives me the strength to crusade on, which is what I'm here to do. I was going to crusade on anyway, but it makes a big difference to know that I have all your love and support. Thank you, Kathy Paquette. I love you daily. Thank you, Michelina. True Christian says, Nico, what do you think of my theory that they will likely pay agitators who pretend to be protesters to start violence, and then the media will falsely pin the violence on the real protesters? Okay, True Christian. So yeah, we've been rallying for a couple of years. I've been rallying since we've had like 10 people. I've been at 10 people rallies, 50 people rallies, and 50,000 people rallies. We're about to get over 1 million people. When you get that kind of number of people, yeah, that leaves more room for agitators and controlled opposition. So for us that have been doing this for a long time, that have come face to face with Antifa over the last few years, we're ready. We know this. A lot of these people have just jumped on the freedom bandwagon, right, in the last, just this year. So they have no past couple years experience of going against the system, going against the New World Order police sent after us by Tory and Ford, so everyone still needs to unite. The truckers need our help, the ones that have been there and seen it, so people are going to try and manipulate them. Antifa, I've already seen truckers speaking out, being attacked by Antifa, so we know the tricks of the trade, if you know what I mean. So thank you for that, True Christian. God bless you, Rhonda. I can't believe it's my birthday. What an incredible time to be alive. Definitely going to go down in the history books, one I'll never forget. So Marlene, come on. Anyone who wants to come on, let's talk about Ottawa quickly, because I want to make sure it's safe to go still. Obviously, I feel I'm crusaders of the resistance. So for me, not crusading to Ottawa to be a part of the biggest resistance moment in the history of the world. Yeah, but obviously I'm a rational thinker. I have my gut feeling. I think about like what myself and Queen G spoke of, with could they have a plan that we might not know about according to this game. So Marlene, I do want to be there in Ottawa. If I could just teleport there, I'd be there. And if I could just teleport home, that would be ideal, but no one has that capability. I do know Ed has a plane. So Ed from Kevin J. Johnston's show, he's known to fly back and forth, but that's obviously the next best way to get around is just fly. But the way we're going to be getting there, with the roads, with the highways, with the whole world knowing about this, with Ottawa now, this pulsating beacon point of hope that every nation is now watching. We got all these celebrities and false idols making posts, pretending to be relevant with the freedom family, right? And with rebels and resistance. So yeah, I want to be there, but I already know I'm not stupid. I already know it's not going to take me the usual 5 hours to get there. There's going to be lots of mayhem. There's going to be traffic. There's going to be road closures, possibly. There's going to be weather. There's snow. It's still winter. We've had like 1 or 2 snowstorms already. It was snowing today. And if we do even get to Ottawa, what do we do once we get there? Where do you park if there's even space with 1 million people flocking to the capital? Hotels have already booked up. Are we going to be able to go to the washroom, get food, get drinks, go to the grocery store? Yeah, Ottawa's still in Ontario, so it's not under curfew as they have in Quebec. So Quebec has a curfew. Ontario does not. So Marlene, come on, someone join the chat. Let's talk Ottawa, because especially us that have been fighting, been back and forth to Ottawa, hoping for the results that we're hoping to get now with the truckers. The more the merrier, obviously, but everyone needs to think carefully and make sure everyone's safe. And is it smart to have the whole country and America flood into one capital city? And then what do we do then? And is it going to be easy to get out? So let's hear what people are saying. Try to pack, drink some food. So remember, a lot of these truckers, they're going there. They got the GoFundMe. They live on the road. So a lot of them already have supplies and got beds in their trucks and entertainment and heating and internet phones or whatever. They're ready for that. A lot of these people are just going to drive up there in their Nissan Micra with their Honda Civic Type R, with their Dodge Durango, and hope to wave their flag and their sign and realize, oh wait, this really is a war. So people need to not forget that this is a war. Yeah, it's not like how it looked in World War II with planes and bombs and guns with bayonets. No, this is a modern day psychological, biological, spiritual war. So yeah. Many warnings to people, says SB. Study your Bible. Yes, please. We cannot stress this enough. This isn't a show about the Bible today. I do have to pick up with Genesis 6. We're at Genesis 6. We've gone through creation. We've gone through Adam and Eve. We've gone through Cain and Abel, original sin. We're going through some fallen angels arriving on earth now, and then the flood, right? So we're going to get back to that. But right now, we're on the convoy. We're crusading to Ottawa. Rhonda says, I've heard over 10,000 truckers coming from the USA. Yeah, I heard that like 2 days ago. That number must be doubled by now, if not tripled. So Mary Freedom, talk to me. I know Mary Freedom. You're wonderful, Mary. And I see your post on Facebook. You make some great points. So let's hear what you have to say. You're invited to come on for sure. Anyone with a critical thinking mind. Again, we're not here to be Debbie Downers or whatever you want to call it, or be negative. No, we're rational. We're going up a beast system. We're going up against a government, right? Yes, it's great that the people are coming together for this, but we have to not underestimate what we're going up against, because look what they've been able to do so far, which led us to this point. So do not believe that they're just gonna let things go and cower to truck drivers and to 1 million people. So we gotta make sure that we're going into this with a full mind working, right? So yes, Proverbs says thank you. There will be infiltration for sure. Of course, with anything, we had groups of 50 get infiltrated, right? So believe it, with over 50 to 100,000 trucks and people, millions, like, yeah, there's going to be so much info. It's already happened. I've already seen so many infiltrators on the news. So many, I'm not sure who these organizers are, but somehow everything's popping up. 1 minute, the news knows nothing about the trucks. And then now today, they got organizers, they got drones, they got the whole country on about this, but it's just a small fringe minority. So why the nationwide coverage, right? So that's what people understand. Nationwide coverage for a small fringe minority. So yes, talk to us, Mary. Mary's a smart chick. Curious, what's everyone's thoughts? Will he call military? He already asked RCMP for help and they turned him down. Thoughts? So a lot of us truthers and decoders have called for martial law for a very long time now. Military. I thought the military was going to be called in back in March of 2020, but they have played this for 2 years now. They've pulled all sorry, just making sure they pulled all the tricks of the trade and got us to this point to try and make it like they pretty much controlled every step, if you haven't or noticed. So this whole trucker convoy and strike is no different. The government, this isn't a surprise to the government. They're not surprised by a $6 million GoFundMe. They're not surprised by the worldwide support. Trust me, this they must have known. Of course, they've known. They've run these simulations like Event 201 from before the pandemic. They ran pandemic simulations and they know how everything's going to pan out. They know which nation's going to do what. They have it, right? So martial law is definitely on the cards now. The riot card, full-on civil war, possibly, because people have had enough. A lot of people have donated and they want results and answers. And if people aren't getting the results and answers and the government gives something that no one wants to hear, so again, everyone is going there peacefully, right? And we want to leave peacefully, I'm sure. But there has to be a peaceful resolution. No one's leaving peacefully without a peaceful resolution. I'm not speaking for the truckers because I'm not a truck driver. I actually watched one of Pat King's videos and I heard something that he said earlier. And I agree. That's how it's done. You arrive with peace. You ask for peaceful resolution and you leave with peace once you get that peaceful resolution. But if there is no peaceful resolution and things kind of are told, basically you get told no, then that's what we have to understand what the next step is. So we have to run our own simulations. They've been running their simulations for years. We can just gather ourselves in the resistance and run certain scenarios, right? You don't need a computer. We just discuss it and be like, well, how can this play out? So thanks, Mary. I think military could be on the cards because I see this somehow being flipped on the people and being blamed for deaths that may sadly occur from this because of hold up on deliveries of certain, not just food, but medical shortages, hospital equipment, anything, right? A lot of stuff's going to be backed up and we're about to find out what. But they're telling us still that there is no shortage. There's enough to go around for everything. So they're keeping everyone calm for a reason because we already know the media is not going to tell you and announce, oh my God, there's going to be a shortage, because then what's everyone going to do? They're going to rush out and riot and empty the stores. Look what happened with the toilet paper. And again, we got to know that they control everything. So I'm going to bring up some gematria. I showed it to my friend Christian today. So sorry, I'm going to catch up with the comments, but I'm going to bring up the gematria calculator just to remind you of something that happened in 2020. And I'm going to show you why it happened. So gematria, you guys know I do my decodes. So I'm going to bring it up and we're going to decode something quickly. So I want you all to listen and hear me out. So who remembers March 2020, the toilet paper pandemic? So yeah, Rhonda says stock up, everyone, and don't forget your pets. Don't forget your pets. I got 2 babies here I need to feed and would just snap if anything happened to them. They're not here. They do not deserve to suffer, right? So gematria. So we're going to type in toilet paper. Toilet paper, because we had a toilet paper pandemic in 2020. Everyone went cuckoo. over toilet paper for some reason, right? So I don't know why, but somehow the media was able to put fear into everyone to make them buy toilet paper. So I'm going to bring up the calculator again because I want to keep toilet paper there, and I'm going to show you why toilet paper was significant. I typed in mind control. So can you see that on the screen? Mind control equals 137, 56, 160, and 61, which is an identical match to toilet paper. So toilet paper is an identical match across the board to mind control. 137, 56, 160, 161 for your mind control, which is government. Government is mind control. Toilet paper was a part of that government mind control for their test to see how mind controlled that the people really are, which is where the toilet paper came in, which is direct match across the board to mind control. So this is why gematria is important, right? People are talking about codes, a Morse code this. We don't need that crap. That's all military stuff. We just need our radios, and we got the gematria, and we have our Holy Bible, the Word of God, right? I don't know what else I have to show you. Do not trust the media. Do not trust trends. If everyone's rushing there to do it, it's because they're under mind control. So again, let me bring you back to 2020 when people emptied the shelves, not for meat, not for water, but for toilet paper. Somehow the news, I don't watch the news, I don't know what the spell was, but everyone emptied everywhere for toilet paper. Mind control. So Kathy says, here I thought the toilet paper was mocking us. Of course it's mocking us. It's multiple meanings, but it's mocking you because you're rushing out there to get toilet paper without food. So that made no sense to me, which is why it's been in the gematria calculator, because I knew it was fishy, because somehow I never got the urges to rush out there and stock up on toilet paper, because I was like, what do I need toilet paper for? It has absolutely no use apart from what we know we use it for, right? So that's where mind control comes in. So that's what it is. It's complete mockery and complete as part of their own sick satisfaction to be like, yes, look, it's working. Our mind control is working. So that lets them know that they can move on with the next step. It's stages, right? Stages. You don't think that they knew that the truckers have all this power and control over the supply chain? You don't think that they knew not to mandate them and give them hell in the first lockdown? Because they knew. They said, keep them working, give them extra bonus pay, and keep them happy for 2 years until we screw them over with the jab, right? Say no jab, no job. And that's where we're at. They could have screwed them over in the beginning, and then we would have had this rebellion in the beginning. But they didn't want it to happen in the beginning. They needed 2 years to pass by with more mind control, while they helped set up more of the beast system. Unbelievable, right under our freaking noses, right? So Mary's saying, I hope he calls them and they tell him to F off, right? So Samuel says that actually angered me, lost a bunch of faith in humanity because of that. Yeah, the toilet paper. So the toilet paper shows you, I'm telling you right now, anyone that got caught up in the whole toilet paper mess was under mind control. And if you were under mind control over toilet paper, that means you've been under mind control for decades and you haven't even known it. And the government didn't technically know it, which is why they pulled this. And then when they saw what happened, they were like, slam dunk, move on with the next one, hit them with the mask mandate, hit them with the juice, the jab, take away their jobs, their business, promise them this, promise them that, tell them 2 more weeks, tell them 28 days. Yeah, Divik is demon possession, right? Demon possession. So Mary says, yeah, I have family that are truckers. They're coming from the States. Unjabbed will be at Berta and jabbed are going to Ottawa. So this is unbelievable. So Mary, are you heading to Ottawa? Who here is going to Ottawa from Canada here? I know Sue is in New Zealand. So Sue stocked up on chocolate, but I don't think that was mind control. So exactly, I stocked up on chocolate. I stocked up on alcohol, even though I don't drink, but I knew I would need it as a bargaining chip, right? Because who doesn't like alcohol? So I knew people would be fiending for booze, and I knew I'd have a large collection of it that I didn't need. So, and I knew people would have stuff that I would need, but I couldn't think of it then. So you just grab what you can. I grabbed a whole bag of lighters because I already thought we were going to be living out in the bush because the New World Order was coming. So I was like, yep, we need fire. I need warmth. I need to cook. So yeah, I knew there wouldn't be power for a while. So I stocked up on lighters. So everyone stocks up on something different. It all helps to stock up on whatever you can, whether you need it or not, because someone else will need it. And if you can get a hold of it and someone else might not be able to get a hold of it. So you know what? Think for others too. Think about trade. You know what I mean? So the bartering system. So we have someone joining us. Welcome. Mel, if you're there, I'm going to add you to the stream, okay? Mel, you're going to turn some... Oh, so Mel's gone. But yeah, anyone's invited. Let's discuss what's going on with the convoy. I want to know who's going to Ottawa. What do we do? Because I'm planning on going, right? We're crusading up there. But I don't want to think like an idiot and be like, yeah, I'm going to go there and celebrate and freedom and then come home. I'm like, no, you got to think variables, right? Am I even going to be able to get there if I leave as late as Saturday morning, right? So thank you, Sue. Sue stocked up on chocolate. I got a chocolate drawer in my fridge. But because I changed my diet and cut out sugar and cheese and dairy, I don't really crave it anymore. So it's still there. Plenty of Maltesers and Cadbury's chocolate bars and crunchy. So Kathy's got lots of coffee. I got lots of tea. I could have more tea, but I love my tea. I need to stock up on some bottles of water. I got lots of pasta, gluten-free pasta, mind you. Lots of pesto tomato sauce because I can eat pasta and sauce for months, easy, right? I've been on the bread and water diet when I was in my younger days. Make sure you video it, brother. I never thought of alcohol as a bargaining tool. Trust me, it is a great bargaining tool. So imagine you get one of those little Mickeys of like whiskey or vodka for like $15 at the LCBO. When everything's gone and done and you're in your little community and you've got these little bottles and someone's got something you might need, trust me, that thing is going to be way more valuable than $14, $15, right? That will last someone a whole month and it will be like gold to them. They might even trade you gold for that. So everything that we know, what things are worth, is just going to be out the window. We'll have our own bartering system, right? So get ready. So True Christian says, Nico, you have to be prepared for the prospect that agitators might turn it into a January 6th like event. That could be their plan. So consider that before you decide to go. Trust me, as if any of you don't already know, I've been there from the very beginning, helped build whatever protest is now there at Queen's Park with other freedom fighters like Chris Guy and Vlad. So trust me, I've come across all kinds of agitators. There was this one agitator that came with us on our TTC maskless ride back in the 2020, and we had some guy on a bicycle follow us, and I knew he was an agitator, and I threatened him right there and then not to come any closer. And then whatever footage he had ended up on Dr. Phil, right? So yeah, I'm very aware there's agitators here that working for these demonic companies that were trying to get footage, and all of a sudden it's on Dr. Phil the next few months, right? So I get the vibe. We've had people come at our rallies, try to put signs in front of our speakers, and I've always been there to scream at them and make sure they get dragged away, right? You don't want to come around me and try and act crazy when I'm around, because I'll make sure I'm the craziest person around. No one's going to be crazier than me, right? And that because I'm fearless with it, right? I can be the biggest psycho. I'm not proud of it, but when we're at war, you need some people that are just warrior status, right? So Mary says 100% agitators planted. So yeah, don't bring up the shills. Oh my God, yeah, too much. Years of it. So we're focusing on the convoy now, on Parliament Hill. If there is agitators, whoever's there, we got to make sure we can trust that they'll diffuse any situations and keep it peaceful, not to let the media get what they want, to be able to label us far-right extremist, racist, Capitol Hill kind of nonsense, right? So Lacey says, I can be crazy too. Yeah. Nico, that passion and righteousness. Yeah. I cannot wait for whatever's about to happen. I'm prepared for anything. I'm prepared to celebrate and parade in the streets as Canada restores its freedom and the world follows suit, like some ultimate freedom Independence Day, right? So who would have thought Canada would have been at the center of it all? So again, Canada, unbelievable. I don't know where it came from. But yeah, super proud. There was many nations it could have been, many nations that had the chance to step up in the last 2 years and make an example of the tyrannical governments. But here we are, January 27th, 2022. Canada seems to be trending number one on Twitter. It's trending all over the world. All billionaires and executives are speaking out, and celebrities. Canadian truckers rule, ladies and gentlemen. Canadian truckers rule. The world has gone trucker crazy. So if anyone's got anything more to share, I want to hear what we got. We're about to crusade to Ottawa. The convoy has officially touched down in the capital. So we're going to be focusing on this all night, all day tomorrow, Friday, as the country heads towards the capital. So who here that is watching live is either in Ottawa already, if you can come on and tell us what to expect, what you've seen so far, the police presence, right? Yeah, wait for all of us to be together with that same passion. It's coming, Mark. We don't have to wait much longer. That sleeping giant has awakened. Yeah, Michelle's excited. False idols to me could care less. Thank you, Samuel. I love how everyone's so strong with their beliefs here. This is how you know we're the most powerful force on this earth, the crusaders of the resistance. So what is the plan? Please, can you explain? I come from Holland. I follow you guys. So welcome, Netherlands. That's what we're discussing. So the plan is to demand change, demand these mandates removed, right? And then that's it. So that's the plan, to hold down the capital city. They have enough food and money to last them for weeks. And their plan is to get everything reversed, not just the trucker mandates, but all mandates must go. So this is the big one. The truckers want their mandates removed, but not just their mandates, the whole country's mandates on our children, on our elderly. That's the plan. And then we're just discussing and thinking, what's the government going to respond to that? They've already been not cooperative with us, already spreading hate and lies, and they're not backing down. So Redeemable Dia says, be careful, Nico. Yeah, tell me what to be careful of. I'm listening. I'm very careful. Yeah, we already told you. So that's the plan. We're going to get the answers, and depending on what the government responds, then the next step will come. So the whole world is watching. So thank you, Holland. Appreciate this. Hopefully we're giving you enough answers and news. If you want to see some more news stories, you know what? I'll bring it up actually. So we do have more news. I want to make sure it's going to play because it's giving me nothing but troubles. Okay, let's play this one. I got something here, so we're going to bring this one up for you so you can see some more mainstream.
The convoy started the day off before dawn with fireworks in Enfield, Nova Scotia. Trucker Jody Newell says he decided to join to protest cross-border vaccine mandates targeting his industry.
We don't believe that the government should be forcing us to do something we don't want to do that could affect our health.
Samantha Monahan helped organize the East Coast leg of the protest. She says they're going to Ottawa with a message.
To stop all mandates and to just bring everybody together, get it in, and open up Canada and make it free.
By late morning, the convoy arrived in Moncton, with hundreds more turning out in support.
What is this about? I think it's about people coming together and wanting to live free.
Being able to live free.
And wanting to be able to make choices.
Tell the truth.
The Atlantic Provinces Trucking Association disapproves of the protest convoy. Their executive director, Jean-Marc Picard, is worried how it will affect an industry struggling with recruitment.
For the last 2 years, we were seen as heroes in a great industry and essential, and so hopefully it won't leave too much of a negative impact, Mark, I should say. But these things can turn fast, and look at how it's escalated. It's not even about trucking anymore.
The convoy picked up more supporters just outside Fredericton. They'll continue to Rivière-du-Loup, Quebec, where they'll stop for the night. The Canadian Trucking Alliance has estimated that as many as 15% of truckers are not vaccinated against COVID-19. The convoy is expected to arrive in Ottawa on Saturday. Suzanne Lapointe, Global News, Moncton.
Aha! Right? Incredible stuff. Do I have any more stuff here that we were playing and going through? Look at them. What a sight that is. All the flags flying proudly in the wind. Do you hear all the honks? That's honks of support, that is. Yes! Great, let me move that one. Is it this one now? Let's see.
To some extent, Mr. Trudeau's response to the rally has played into their hands. Mr. Trudeau has basically dismissed them as a fringe element.
As convoys of truckers prepare to meet in Ottawa this weekend, political scientists warn that dismissing the entire group as extremists is a dangerous game.
This is really a coming together of deep frustration with the way the whole COVID situation has been approached.
Chaldeans Mensah at MacEwan University says while the core concern is with a vaccine mandate for truckers crossing the U.S.-Canada border, the movement has expanded to include a wide range of grievances with the Trudeau government and the overall response to the pandemic. A new Maru opinion poll finds just 1 in 3 Canadians fully support allowing unvaccinated truckers to cross the border without difficulty to deliver essential goods, while 72% think the border should be closed to truckers unless they're vaccinated or can show a negative COVID test. A list of demands from the Freedom Convoy 2022 Facebook page calls for an end to all vaccine mandates, any kind of vaccine contact tracing, and vaccine passports. But another group, Canada Unity, has released its own memorandum of understanding that it's asking Canadians to sign, calling on the Senate and Governor General to waive all vaccine mandates, COVID fines, and restore employees terminated by vaccine mandates.
This is not a monolithic group that's in this convoy. They all have different interests. They all have different motivations. Some are legitimate grievances. Some are on the crazy spectrum. But this memorandum is on the crazy spectrum, and it diminishes the power of the protest.
Dwayne Brad at Mount Royal University says the MOU doesn't make any sense. He adds that many of the mandates don't fall under federal jurisdiction, and the trucker vaccine mandate isn't even something Canada can waive on its own.
Even if Trudeau eliminated those today, it wouldn't change anything, because the United States still has it. So you still wouldn't be able to travel back and forth.
Mensah sees it slightly differently. Ottawa is a focal point for frustration with a political class that many feel have abandoned them, and the choice to protest in the capital isn't to do with pragmatic considerations, but a visible rejection of authority.
It's not simply that they don't understand government. It's simply that say, look, all governments in totality have really stepped on our toes here, stepped on our rights. And we want to express this in this way.
However, Mensah and Brad agree that whatever happens when the truckers arrive on Saturday, they're unlikely to win concessions from the federal government, leading the residents of the Ottawa Valley to wonder what will come next. In Ottawa, Shaoli Lee, City News.
Aha, so hopefully you saw that. given about what the demands are, like I said, to remove all the mandates and how it is going to be unlikely that Parliament's going to budge. So, like I said, that was a question asked from Holland there. So that's what's going on. We'll just make sure we cover everything. So much fantastic news. So here's more of the far right stuff. Let's continue on with this one.
Hundreds of truckers continue to roll east, and with more joining the movement with each passing city, feelings towards vaccine mandates have heightened.
And I advocate civil war. If people don't want to stand up, we've got guns, we'll stand up and we'll bring them out.
While this sentiment is shared by a fraction of protesters, it's visible in their social media discussions, with some calling for Canada's version of the January 6th insurrection. This national security expert says it's unlikely the so-called Freedom Convoy is as organized as what happened in the U.S. Capitol, but
the rhetoric that we're seeing, hanging politicians, driving trucks through 16-foot walls, this kind of stuff is disturbing and definitely will be on the minds, I think, of security officials going forward.
On Tuesday, police forces in Saskatchewan noted about 1,200 semis were part of the convoy, and more are joining, with drivers coming from the Maritimes, Quebec, and Ontario.
Demonstration associated to the Freedom Convoy.
Police agencies in Ottawa are preparing. The city's police service held an emergency meeting with its council addressing concerns in case the demonstration becomes restless. But one political analyst says Canadians are looking for clarity around pandemic measures.
Far fewer Canadians are interested in demonstrating in Ottawa, and fewer still are interested in trying to foment any kind of violence.
The Canadian Trucking Alliance noted about 90% of drivers are vaccinated, meaning they won't face a quarantine period if crossing the border. The transport minister says the government worked with the industry when creating this policy.
So this was the right time to encourage the remainder of our truck drivers, the remaining number of our truck drivers, to get vaccinated.
Omar Al-Gabra added it was also in line with similar measures in the U.S. One of the convoy's organizers is calling for a peaceful protest and that extreme voices don't reflect their position. Kyle Benning, Global News.
Wow. So we're getting all the information coming out there. So I'm just going to do a quick search and make sure there's nothing new that came out, right? Because we need to cover everything. And this is absolutely crazy what's going on with all the coverage, whether it's lies or not. But we're going to make sure we give our version and get our crusaders to share that the media isn't telling the full truth, right? So that's what we have to make sure that we address, that they're lying. So what else? Do we have any more new news here? Oh, wow, we got some stuff here. So let's see what we got from Hamilton. Someone said there was 3,000 people.
Highways today as a truck convoy traveling to Ottawa made its way through our area, while security force on Parliament Hill said they're preparing for up to 10,000 protesters this weekend. We estimate around 2,000 people were seen when the convoy traveled through Niagara and Hamilton.
The protest began as a pushback against vaccination mandates for truck drivers, but now appears to have expanded into other areas. Kelly Botello reports.
A convoy of truckers arrived in Hamilton this morning to crowds of supporters lining Centennial Parkway and neighboring streets. Organizers have called it the Freedom Convoy.
I'm here to support freedom and the freedom to choose. Because I believe we have to protect our rights as citizens. This isn't about a vaccine or no vaccine. It's about what we're able to do every day.
The movement started out as a way to protest Canada's new rule that unvaccinated truckers can't cross the border without quarantining. The supporters here today say truckers have been doing essential work this entire pandemic and shouldn't be penalized now for not wanting the vaccine.
These guys are sitting in their trucks bringing us food. They've been doing it the whole time, and they're trying to stop them now, or at least stop a small percentage of them.
The government says nearly 90% of
Tommy, join the conversation.
vaccinated, but supporters here today say this movement has grown into something more.
If you look at the start of the pandemic,
the government shut down and said the vaccines were our way out of here. We're over 80% vaccinated in this province. I think over 90. You know, we're gonna have to get boosters.
It's our body, our choice. It shouldn't be forced upon anyone, right? It's not an all or nothing package deal.
With all these mandates to work, we can't go freely to shop, to eat. It's ridiculous.
Before stopping in Hamilton, the convoy made its way through Fort Erie, where a smaller crowd of supporters cheered them on. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has called the truck convoy that's making its way to Ottawa a small fringe minority of people who hold unacceptable views. The Canadian Trucking Alliance also releasing a statement against these protests.
Creating the divide between two different types of people when we've always been together as one, and now it's just complete separation, and it's devastating.
The truck demonstration in Ottawa is planned for Saturday. Kelly Botello, CHCH News. Beverly?
So, our friend in Holland says that they do the same thing. So Sophie says they do the same thing here in Holland. When we are with 50,000 in the streets, the media says 1,500. So yeah, we haven't heard any news from Holland. So I'd love to get in contact with you and hear more about your Dutch resistance. That's absolutely phenomenal. So thank you for that, Sophie. So much news. We could be on here all night going through the mainstream, but we already know it's whack. So I'm just giving a little bit of how massive this is going to be, that it has hit nationwide, worldwide news. We heard from our close friend Queen G in Houston, Texas. So absolutely phenomenal. So again, we lost her earlier, so we didn't get to say a full goodbye, but hopefully you all took down her info and are going to check out her Instagram and what she's sharing. So Sarah Brudeau, an absolutely amazing crusader of the resistance, a rebel heart, going to streak down Elgin in Ottawa. No way. Wow. So we're going to get people streaking. That's Canada for you. Minus 20 January. Yeah, let's go streaking. You know, you always get Canadians in their shorts and t-shirts and flip-flops even today. I seen a picture. So welcome. Canada's finally getting to show the rest of the world how strong and how resistant we really are. That no weather, no Trudeau, no government can seriously hold us down. And we're about to take the spotlight. It's on Ottawa right now. We have a friend here who's like 5 kilometers from Ottawa. So I think your name is Tommy. So get on here. Let's share some info. People, everyone, the whole world is interested to see what's going on. Rotterdam, Den Haag, Limburg, the farmers. It's big. So look at this. We're getting word from the Dutch resistance, the farmers. It's big. She said 50,000. Stephen Thomas says 50,000 trucks and 1.4 million people will be there. Wow, 1.4 million. And that's wow. True Christian says media said a few hundred about last Saturday's worldwide rally in Toronto, but it was easily over 10,000, maybe up to 15. Wow, in the middle of winter. So well done, Toronto, for showing up again for another worldwide rally. Tommy says be at Queen's Park North Saturday at 12 noon if unable to get to Ottawa. So yeah, we all know that Ottawa is the capital and everyone is heading there. So not everyone's going to be able to get to Ottawa. And it would be smart to have some crusaders and to have some resistance hold down Toronto, which is the capital of Ontario. So yeah, we're still going to need presence here in Toronto. So let me know who's deciding to stay and do something so I can make up my mind if I'm going to Ottawa and potentially get stranded there, which I'm hoping not's going to happen. Or do we hold down Toronto and express our excitement here in the city and make sure that everyone knows what's going on? But everyone does know. It's this nationwide, worldwide news. So Tommy, get at me. Let's see. So Red Din, let me know who's going to Ottawa. Get on here. Let's talk about how the trip's going to be to Ottawa, whether we leave tonight or tomorrow night or Saturday morning. How long is it going to take to get there? Are we going to be able to get there even? Are we going to be able to get out if we get there? So there's lots of variables. I want to make sure everyone's thinking. And so Scott D. Rock says, Pat King is your relation. Well done. I spent a lot of time with Pat King, especially last year in Ottawa. So, but we didn't have hundreds, thousands, millions. We had a couple hundred last year. So, by the way, King Nico, did you see Elon Musk tweet? Yep, I just shared it in the first hour of the show. Not many people are impressed because they know what he represents, but the fact that Elon Musk is tweeting Canadian truckers rule. I also showed a clip with Russell Brand also hailing Canadian truckers. So the celebrities are on it, and they really are giving credit to Canadian truckers. So that's great to see. But again, I'm very suspicious of these characters spreading this kind of positive news on the Canadian truckers. So yeah. So who's going to Ottawa? Who wants to go with me? Let's crusade together. Hold it down at home, says Scott D. Smart. So Stephen Thomas says Queen's Park Saturday. Let's do this, Toronto. Where's Toronto? Do I come back to Toronto, Queen's Park? True Christian, I know, messaged me saying that it would be good to have me there. So if you guys want me there, I'll come. You know, I'm flexible. I'm down for whoever wants to listen. You already know my message. You already know my voice is loud. I'll be there to scream as long as you want to listen. I'll join forces with whoever wants to help bring the people, wake more up. This is the time. Tommy says, Cornell custom trains, who cares? We are trying to arrange for the truckers who cannot make it to Ottawa to be there as well. Wow. So our own little trucker rally in Toronto. So that's amazing. You see that? The people come together, already thinking ahead. Not everyone's going to be able to get there, like I said, depending on how late you decide to go. There could be mass amounts of traffic. Park outside of perimeter and bring a snowmobile. Wow. So yeah, people are planning. It's too crazy to go, says Michelina. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about that. FK Castro Trudeau. I heard rumors that the border is allowing unjabbed Americans in. Tommy says Pat King is the king of the grifters. That's different. Full support to the truckers, right? Yeah. Be safe, family. All glory to Yah, to Yeshua, to Jesus, to our Lord. Make sure to watch Tucker Carlson. So everyone's saying that some trucker was interviewed on Tucker Carlson tonight. Be sure to check that out for sure. Need to fly drones with a huge flag. So Cornell says instead of Queen's Park, maybe Doug Ford Street. We need big numbers. I'm sure people are going to want to show up in Toronto to show their support, even though they can't make it to Ottawa. So let's make Toronto big. I agree. Tommy, Stephen, True Christian, anyone who's on board, let me know. We'll make it happen. Mark John, some people should stay back. We may need a second wave of warriors. Exactly. You don't send all your finest and greatest in the first line of defense. You keep some back to hold down the fort, right? So it's not good to leave the fort defenseless. It could use a few trucks idling. Trains. Sorry, everyone's getting hyped up about this weekend. This is our priority right now. This is our moment to shine, to get something done, to get our freedoms back. It's now or never, right? We're not going to take no for an answer. 100,000 truckers and 10,000 plus US truckers are not making this trip, losing out on work and money just to be told no, go home, deal with it. No. So something is about to happen. We're moving closer and closer to one of the biggest moments in this world's history, right? In our generation. So Canadians leading the fight again. This is global, worldwide. We will change the world for the better, root out all evil. Go truckers, go. Much love and respect. Thank you, Hyper Hippie, for that. It's trucker madness right now. Trucker mayhem. We've gone trucker goo goo gaga for truckers right now. This world has, and we needed something like this. Mayor Watson is telling people to stay off highways on weekend because of the convoy. I know, but for those of us who couldn't go to Ottawa, is there a rally here? So, Proverbs, you're in BC, correct? So, yeah, I'm sure things are going to pop up all across this country. Who knows how Monday's news is going to go with all the worldwide events happening and support of the truckers. Wow, it's getting epic. So, this is just leading up to some absolute climax of something that's going to lead us into the next phase of how we live our lives, right? So this is why this is going to change everyone's lives right now. Everyone, yeah, gas is ridiculous. We're looking at 149.9 over here for both gas and diesel, selling at the same per gallon. Seriously, get over worshipping false idols carved in stone or flesh. Exactly. I'll be bringing up more false idols and carved in stone with the fallen angels of Genesis. Longer than 2 hours tonight? No, you want me to end it? Yeah, I can end it. You don't have to go any longer. We're just going through some chats. Already showed enough news articles. Everyone can sign off now and go watch Tucker Carlson if that's what's going on. So thank you, everyone. Yeah, snowmobile is a great idea, especially for Canada. So Washington, D.C. had a little less than 1 million, so you can use that to compare. And that was without 50,000 trucks. So yeah, this is not comparable. We got 1 million people plus over 100,000 trucks. It's insanity. It's going to be massive. Drug Ford isn't at that address. He's been staying at his mother's. Yeah. So Jungle Queen says, I wish I could go. I won't be allowed to cross the border. So wow, even Americans are dying to come and be in Ottawa. Like whoever wants to go to Ottawa, but this is the reason. Whatever you do, stand for freedom on the 29th any way you can. So Cornell likes the second wave idea. 50,000 trucks should gridlock the city pretty well. It will have a big effect. Brother, it was amazing meeting you today, Mr. IMC. It needs to be reiterated, active and inactive law enforcement joining too. Yeah, so I showed the video from an officer here in Ontario that was in support of the truck convoy. There's word that she may be subject to being fired now because of it. If anything, that's the best thing that could happen for her. Look at the support the truckers are getting. I'm sure the country and the world will take in this officer for speaking out. If anyone starts a GoFundMe, I'm sure she'll raise her own millions of dollars. Get out of the police force. You don't need to serve the evil empire anymore. The people have risen. So it's an easy choice. If you're in the medical industry, if you're a nurse, a paramedic, a fireman, a police officer, now's the time to get out, right? Now's the time to lead the way for your crew, for your friends, your colleagues, and save them too. Now's the time to make that decision. It's side choosing time. It's either you're with God or you're with the system. So wow, you guys have been amazing tonight. Again, I've got hundreds of messages wishing me happy birthday. It's going to take me hours to get through them. I might just do a live show and go through everyone's messages and thank you all that way. You know, I want to share with everyone what we've been able to build and create here with Crusaders of the Resistance, and how I, King Nico, just went from being basically a no one to this person that people just, wow, unbelievable, just learn from, and I being helped filling in their puzzles with given missing pieces. So again, it was great meeting Mr. IMC today in Mississauga at the truck convoy. It's amazing seeing you all and knowing that you all really do exist. You are real people. You're not bots here. You're not AI. And yeah, so that was a big, another great moment today seeing you. We are with God, says Red's Tiff. And angel protection to Canada. So we still respect the police here, but that respect is going to change if they, you know, how much time can we keep giving them? How much excuses can we keep making for them? Oh, they have to pay their mortgages too. They have to feed their families. No, it's way past that now. You know, now the truckers have stood up. No one's going to be feeding anyone until we get change. So, yeah, I think I'm going to end this. God bless absolutely every single one of you. I'll be back. I'll be saying thank you to each and every one of you personally. If anyone can help me, let's get some truckers on tomorrow's show. I'll be sending some more messages. Just been so caught up and busy with insurance and my birthday and just life, right? And stocking up my own resources. Linda, I just saw Linda message. Where's Linda Parsons? So yeah, Linda, lovely, beautiful Linda. Hi, Nico. I froze your butt off on Trafalgar Road overpass and QEW in Oakville. Sure felt like -20, although CP24 said -4. Yeah, forget what they say. It feels a lot colder. I was with Linda in Hamilton for the Grey Cup, and it was kind of cold, but definitely today was freezing. So I'm glad. Look at you, Linda was out there supporting constantly. So we're finally getting some results and got a whole army on their way to the capital. Thank you, Lorraine. God bless you, Lorraine. Looking forward to seeing you in your Crusaders gear out there in California, representing. Always blessings to you also. Yep, speak the truth and you will be all right. Yep, honesty's never hurt me in any way. Yeah, it has, but only with people that despise the truth. That's the only way. Yeah, so good night. Good night, Kelly Goodman. I appreciate you all being here. You have no idea how thankful I am. I do this for us. I'm not doing this to make money or get donations or anything of the sort. I just want everyone to get a different version of the truth. There's lots of freedom fighters out there giving their own perception of this fight, of this battle that we're in, of this war, right? So, but no one's doing it the way I'm doing it and has been doing it, with the Word of God, with the Holy Bible, with the Gematria. Tommy Rogers is here. We're going to get together soon, brother. I want to know, people, like, decision time's coming, whether I'm going to be here in Toronto holding it down or be in Ottawa. I'll know soon, probably tomorrow for sure. You have better info than the mainstream media. Yes, thank you, Stephen. I appreciate it so much. Again, thank you for all the birthday wishes. Just it's about to end soon, but the memories will live on forever and get me through the rest of 2022 now. Like, it started off pretty crap, but now it's finally turning around for me and myself and for this Crusaders of the Resistance. Love you too, Jungle Queen. Yeah, we have to be peaceful. We've always been peaceful. When did we ever get violent, right? So I've been to hundreds of protests, always been peaceful. Yeah, I've run my mouth and screamed, but never laid my hands on anyone, never damaged anything. So I think we're pretty good. Yeah, more respect for Mr. IMC. He's awesome. Lovely, beautiful Sue says, thanks for another great show. So stoked you have so many followers and growing every day. Yeah, again, I couldn't have done it without any of you, for all your worldwide support, with all the likes, the comments, the shares, right? Make sure whoever's new tonight, make sure you subscribe. Just push the subscribe button, and then whether you'll get the notification or not, hopefully you can come back to the channel and get some more absolutely amazing information, interviews, drone footage, videos from what we're doing here. There's going to be lots more coming out this weekend, wherever I be. So let me know if anyone wants to come and crusade with me to Ottawa. We could make it happen. I don't want to go alone. So let me know who needs a ride. Thank you, Ross. God bless you. Preach the word. Amen. Says redeemed by Yah. Michelina says 1.4 million people. Hope it's peaceful. Exactly. And with that, what a day it's been. What a birthday it's been. You all have made this day special. Canada has made this day one to remember and be thankful for. I'm proud that I was born today. As born here in Canada, whether I grew up here or not, but I returned because I knew this is the land I wanted to live in and protect and fight for. And here we are. So Canada will not go down silently. My wishes have come true for Canada to rise up, to wake up, and to get loud. And I did not expect this kind of response and this loudness, because you don't get louder than 100,000 trucks and 1.4 million people in the capital. So God bless everyone. Miracles do happen. but we got to prepare always for disappointment, just in case. Blessed day, blessed birthday. Thank you, Eliza. Let's go, Canada. Happy birthday. Unbelievable. I cannot believe this is happening. And that I'm here doing the show with all of you and reading all these comments that we're actually really discussing getting our freedoms back, because our freedoms were taken away by an evil government. So let's go. We are a gigantic, small, fringe minority. There's your oxymoron to end it off, because our chief in command is an absolute fool. So he's about to be removed from parliament, and I hope the rest of the world will follow suit and get their bums out of these buildings and out of power. God bless everyone. I am King Nico. We've been live here from Crusaders of the Resistance headquarters. The revolution has begun, everyone. So make sure you stay tuned, because I will make sure that this revolution, that this rebellion, that this resistance is televised right here on King Nico's channel. So God bless, and I will see you all very, very soon.